Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Star Wars 501st Clone Troopers Battle Pack. This is set number 75345. It has 119 pieces, and I paid $16 for this set. Now, I believe these battle packs usually retail for $20. They are, I think, popular for mostly like massing, army building, getting multiples of similar figures in order to create a scene where you might need several of the identical figures to get a realistic depiction of what the movies show. So I think that's mostly what these sets are popular for. Also to get maybe some minifigures that are potentially in some included in some other more expensive sets, but to get them at a relatively cheaper budget. So I got this 20% off. 20% of $20, $4 off. This brings us to $16. I wasn't ever really terribly interested in these battle packs, but I think these ones in particular, 501st, is pretty cool. And because these were on sale, I thought I will pick one up and check it out, because at the very least, I'm paying maybe $4 for each of these minifigures. Or a little less if I include however much is worth for this actual build here for this I don't know, weaponry of whatever kind. So in this video, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to take a look at everything and give my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to give my thoughts. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so that is this Lego Star Wars 501st Clone Trooper Battle Pack. Pretty nice, pretty good. I can't remember if the 501st are the same kind of troopers that were in that Republic fighter tank set, that they were like purple or blue. I feel like these are purple or blue as well. I want to lean towards purple because I thought that these clones 501st were with Mace Windu, and because of Samuel L. Jackson wanting a purple lightsaber, I believe Mace Windu and the purple kind of transitioned into being canon. And so if these are indeed purple, then I believe these are Mace Windu's, but they could be blue. I don't know. This is pretty nice. I think we'll kind of go through it just like I normally do, first looking at the minifigures here. And I just want to make sure I say which ones are the correct ones. So the first one I will show is actually the last one that you put together. And it's maybe the more unique one, or one of the more unique ones, not because of anything super related to what's on here, but anyway, we have a printing on the torso, good detail on there, some nice detail of that yellowish right there up in the corner, which is very nice. Let's see if I can get even closer here. The color, the blue or the purple, is really, really nice. I love the color of the arms here. So this is good printing. No printing on the midsection. Actually, that's it's the case for all but one of these. But so this one, no printing on the midsection, but printing on the feet is always nice. Good printing down here. The printing on the back is very detailed, so that's really, really cool. Mold of this helmet is really nice. And the colors on there are nice as well. And then it uses this, instead of like a visor or an eye cover thing in one of the other colors, the purple or blue, I'll just keep saying purple, it has the white one there, which is nice, and it looks really, really cool. I actually didn't know if this was going to be all molded as one piece or two pieces. It is, in fact, two pieces, but my printing on the helmet, I think, is pretty good. And then we have a long gun for this character, this 501st Clone Specialist, and that's nice. So that's a somewhat unique weapon. I believe one of the characters from the Republic Fighter tank also has something like this, which is really nice. So that's a good figure. Next one we'll look at is the other kind of maybe somewhat unique one, and that's this 501st Officer. So I think same torso as the Specialist, but good, but then different legs, and this one does have printing in the midsection and some different details on the sides of the legs there. The same printing on the feet, same helmet as the other one, but doesn't have a visor, instead has this antenna there, which is nice. Smaller blaster for this character. And then looking at the back, it is, oh, it's not the same torso, forgive me. There is more color on this one. So hopefully I did these all correctly, but this one does have more color around the utility belt there, which is nice, which means that continues onto the back, but even here in the center we get more of the color there. So even more, does make these two more distinct than I initially thought, which is nice. I always like that. And then we have 501st Heavy Troopers, and I think for the most part these two are the ones that people might want to mass because it comes with two of them, but I think because it's just a Specialist, an Officer, and two Heavy Troopers, people want maybe several of those because there may be several Specialists, several Officers, and then probably, I would imagine, more Heavy Troopers here. So these are, as far as I know, identical. They do use another different blaster there, a heavy blaster for those. These two have a different torso than either the other ones, but from each figure here, they are the same legs as the Specialist there. Not anything on the arms, no color. The back is good, and the back has a lot of detail, but it also has these little packs here, which you use a piece that goes between the head and the torso, and then has these printed tiles on the back, which is nice. I will take one of those off so we can just see the back of the print of the torso there. So that's what we have, but some of it gets covered up by that tile, but that's nice that those tiles are printed in there, and very good. And then these use the kind of purple visor there on the helmet, and these helmets are slightly different than the other one. The shape of the stripes on the top is different, and they have like the black detail up there, a little slightly different for the helmets, which is very good. And nice that you get those. All of these clone figures have the same face, which is the clone face. And that is true for the Specialist and the Officer as well. And that's pretty standard, good, true to form. Very cool. So I like all of that. I will also show just kind of some of the extra pieces right now while we're on the minifigures, and then I'll show the extra pieces for the kind of other build here. So we get a bunch more of these blue helmet accessory, purple helmet accessories, whatever they are, because those come in a prepackaged bag. So we get 2 more visors and 3 more of the antenna. Nice. We do get an extra blaster of the smaller type, and we get an extra of that printed tile that goes on the back of the Heavy Troopers there. And then besides those 4 minifigures, we get this kind of cannon type build, a clone kind of cannon here, and I wasn't sure how many pieces this was going to be. Some smaller pieces. This is pretty cool. This is another thing. It's a very basic build. I think Lego wants to put something in there where it's just, you're not just buying 4 minifigures or whatever. So any of the battle packs, including like the, I don't know if they're called snow troopers or scout troopers, or the ones that are on like Hoth, are different. And there's a couple other battle packs, but they all have kind of another brick built thing. Usually it's a weaponry of some sort, and this one's no different. So we get this tank, or cannon rather. It does have a spot where a minifigure could sit, which is very nice. And there is no swivel actually, like left to right on this tank, which would have been nice if there was, but just a limited range of motion. But it can lean up and down, so there is a little bit of aiming there. And then any positioning otherwise or aiming otherwise would just have to rotate. This build is very simple, pretty nice. The details are nice. I do like the little pops of color in there. It does have a spring-loaded bolt shooter there, so these can be loaded in and fired off, and it just uses the push down on the bolt on the back to fire it off when it's in there. Would have liked for something to extend out past here and have a different trigger mechanism that would be kind of built into this build. That's not the case, and I imagine that would have added some complexity and some parts there that Lego did not want to add at this price point. So fine, easy. It makes it easy to play with, to shoot that out just by pushing down on the back of it. But very nice. I like these kind of claw or tooth pieces there on the side in the kind of pearl silver. We do have a clear circular brick on the bottom to help hold this up, but these are kind of on the ratchety type hinges there, so I believe this can pretty easily hold its own weight. In fact, it is doing so right now, and it could be even steeper, and those ratchety type hinges are quite robust and sturdy, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. But it is an extra little bit of stability and balance in the beginning, and it allows it to be studded down, because at the end of each of these 4 legs here, there are no anti-studs. There's not really a place you could stud it down unless you really put these out flat, but that wouldn't work so well. So if they do have the bend in them, you cannot stud those down, and this would allow you to stud this onto a base plate to more securely set up your battle scene or my battle scene or whatever. So very cool. I don't know how much, if we're saying these are like, you spend $4 for each of the minifigures or slightly less. And then this, I don't know how much this build costs in Lego parts. It feels, it's not nothing. It's certainly not nothing. So I think this is actually not a bad value at $16. I don't know how much these figures go in the aftermarket. I think they're pretty easy to get, so I doubt they're worth very, very much. At retail, this is $20, so people might save $5 for each of these, or you might say $4 for each of the minifigures and $4 for this build. And then if we look at it at 20% off, which is what I purchased it at, then we could maybe even say these are $3 a piece, and this is $4, or these are $3.25, and this is $3 or whatever that would be. And that seems pretty good, pretty reasonable actually, if all of these minifigures are let's say roughly $3 and a quarter, and then this would be $3, and then we'd be at 16. So at 20% off, this seems to make sense, because this might be more than that, especially because we have the bolt shooter in there, and some other good parts. And I don't know, I didn't count how many pieces this is. This set all in all is 119 pieces. But, you know, a lot of them are minifigures and minifigures accessories, and we do get some extras, the extra of the print. So very nice. I will show just the extras you get for the kind of cannon build here, as well as, this binocular piece goes on the Heavy Troopers blaster there. But yeah, just some extra tiles, Technic stuff, bar element, nothing too special. You do get 2 of the bolts, so one can be loaded in there and one can be extra. So pretty cool. Happy to have this. I don't know if I'm going to get any more of these battle packs. If I can get them on sale like I did this one, I will consider it. But yeah, this is pretty nice. Better deal than I think I thought it was going to be. And cool. So battle pack, that's the 501st Clone Trooper battle pack. If you like this video, consider giving it a like, and if you like the other videos on my channel, consider subscribing to it so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I will be doing in the future, including more LEGO Star Wars and a bunch more LEGO stuff in the near future. So subscribe so you don't miss any of that. And until next time, thanks. Bye.